this is my first gameplay video for Vault of the Fiends. Now this is the second Dungeoneer set that was released, and if you're looking for a tutorial on how to play the game, I recommend going back and watching my Game 1 video for Tomb of the Lich Lord. So I did a lot of rules explanation in that video. This is going to be just gameplay. I figure if you're looking at the second set, you probably know most of the rules, but if there are any new mechanics introduced in this set, we'll definitely go over those. The story behind Vault of the Fiends is there's this mad mage who has gone into this vault and he's doing experiments on monsters and creating all these fiends. So we won't get to that storyline in this gameplay video because I'm only using one of the two 55 card decks that came in this set. I'm just going to use the easier deck. So games 2 and 3 we use all 110 cards, and it may be in one of those games that we see the mage and all the tougher cards. So this will be a little bit quicker than those two videos, hopefully. Alright, so let's get rid of that. And this set came with 6 new heroes, and like I said, there were 2 decks included, and each deck had 3 heroes. So for the deck I'm going to be using, these are the 3 that came in it, so I'm going to get rid of one, and we'll see which 2 we're going to be playing with. So this is Nordfimble. He's a Gnome Illusionist, and that's what gnomes look like in this world. And his beginning stats, he'll be using speed, and by the time he gets to level 3, he'll still have his magic will be up. And he starts with 6 hit points, a maximum of 2 treasure cards, a maximum of 3 boon cards, and this is in inventory. And his special ability is illusion, because he is an illusionist. As a response, you may pay 2 glory points. The target attacking monster must overcome magic threat of 3 or more, plus your level, or it cannot attack you for the duration of this turn. You can use that once per turn. So that's a cool idea. You know, he tries to cast an illusion to distract the monster. And the second one is going to be Himp Ghost Caller. Now this is an Ork Shaman, our first look at orcs in this universe. Okay, so these are his stats, and you can see he starts out with speed, but by level 3, he's going to be up to magic, will be his better attack option. He starts with 6 hit points, and he has a maximum of 1 treasure card and 4 boon cards in inventory. His special ability is healing. He can pay 3 glory and 1 movement point and recover 1 wound. He can use that once per turn. And again, that is a shaman. Alright. So we'll put that there. Now I always use blue and green for the 2 heroes. So I'll keep doing that. I'm going to use this for their hit points, and we'll put it over column 1 on both hero cards to show that they are level 1. And their movement points are based on their speed bonus. It's right now both of them are 2. So they will have 2 movement points each to begin the game. And let's go up and take a look at the map. Okay, so the map always starts with an entrance card, and that's by this symbol here, that's an entrance symbol. So the entrance card for this set is the Vault Entryway. You can see, you can go in the vault there. Any heroes entering this going through the entryway will gain 1 peril and 1 glory. And the instructions here: start here. You may not initiate a challenge on a hero here, and you may pay 2 glory to discard 1 personal heroic quest and draw a new one. There are 4 open doorways, so it's easy to get through here. Now the stats for that card, that entryway, those are pretty much identical, or it is identical to Tomb of the Lich Lord. It's just the artwork and the theme is a little different for this set. Alright, so to build the starting map, we're going to add a passageway to each of the 4 sides. Now there are 5 passages that came in this particular deck. There will be more in the complete set when for my next 2 videos. But for now, we're going to use these 4, and they attach to the 4 sides of the entryway. So first we've got this Grim Fork. Now if you notice the theme, there's a lot of foliage and vegetation in this. That's really awesome. I really like that. Okay, so it's a Grim Passage. Traps get a +2 to their threat test here. 3 peril, 2 glory when a character enters. And they're all open except for this right side. So I'm going to throw this at the top of the map. Okay, and then the next passage, it's another Grim Passage. This is a Grim Corner. And there's a pit that you have to test or fall inside. There's a 3 peril, 2 glory. And we have to put it here. That's the only orientation that would be legal. This one is just a regular turn. You get 2 peril and 1 glory. And again, just check out all the artwork. That's so cool. Okay, so the turn we will put here, and hopefully this will fit at the bottom, which it does. Okay, this is just a plain old junction. All 4 are open. And you've got 2 peril, 1 glory. And we'll put it there to complete the start of the map. Okay, now I like to use miniatures for my characters, or my heroes, instead of the standees, because I don't want to cut my cards that come in the sets. So I will use blue for the Illusionist, and I will use this green one for the Shaman. Now, I didn't go through and find figures that match the classes. I figured we'll just go by color anyway. So they begin on the entrance card, and because they've gone through the entrance, they each gain 1 peril. We'll keep track of those. And then each gains 1 glory point. All right, so we've got that. Now, I also like to use this big bead just to remind me whose turn it is. So I'm going to put that right down there underneath the Illusionist. I already determined he would be player 1 anyway, hero number 1. Okay, so now we need to see what they are going to be attempting. These are the quest cards that came in that one deck. So these are only half the cards that are in this whole set. We're going to deal 2 personal quests to each hero. Then there will be 1, which will be the global quest. Now let's take a look and see what they're going to be trying here. So the Illusionist has Mystic Combination. So he's going to be traveling to the turning chamber, and he's going to be once in the chamber, is going to roll 3 consecutive numbers on 3 dice. You may pay any number of glory to roll that number of dice on an attempt, and each attempt uses 1 movement. So if you want a better chance of doing that, you'll just spend more glory. And so I got to remember, he needs to really build up his glory before he tries this. Now, something I probably played wrong in Tomb of the Lich Lord was this quest says each attempt uses 1 movement point. Now, if it specifically says that, then that's what it means. But if it doesn't have that on there, then the first attempt each turn is free. It's a free movement. So I had been playing it that no matter what, you got 1 free attempt, and if you didn't succeed, then it would cost 1 movement. But the rules specify that if it says this on the card, then you don't get a free attempt. Each one costs 1 movement. So anyway, he's going to be looking for the turning chamber. He'll also be looking for... Oh, look at that. Oh man, this may be a quick game if that turning chamber comes out quick. This one is Cryptic Doors. To complete this quest, roll doubles on the roll of 2 dice, and you can add 1 additional die for each glory point you pay. Each attempt costs 1 movement point. And if you succeed, you not only get this reward, but your opponent to the left relocates your hero to any adjacent space. So, wow. We know what he's going to be looking for. He's going to be looking for the Turning Chamber, which is a pretty cool card anyway. You'll get to see how that works. The Shaman, he is going to be doing Feed the Ancient One. He needs to find the Black Cyst room. And to complete the quest, he needs to overcome a speed threat of 6 or better while on the Black Cyst card. You get to add +2 to all attempts for each treasure card you discard from your hand or inventory. And again, each attempt costs 1 movement. There's no freebies here. And if you fail, if you attempt this and you fail, you're going to take 1 wound. Okay, well, the Shaman is. You won't. Unsavory Bargain. This is a sacrifice. You need to find the Trans-Dimensional Gate room. To complete the quest, discard 1 ready treasure card while at the gate. Or, if you don't have that, you may pay 1 life and 5 glory and collect 4 peril to complete this. Wow, that's a pretty big cost. And the one global quest that either of them can attempt is Destroy the Infernal Machine. Now this is a sacrifice threat quest. To complete the quest, overcome the Infernal Machine. So to overcome, you're going to have to do this speed test to get a 6 or better. But before you can do that, you have to find the Infernal Machine. So to find it, you have to be in a grim passage, and roll 7 or better on 1 die while adding +1 to your roll for each space you are from the entrance. Each turn requires a new search. Each search uses 1 movement point. So right now, we do have a grim passage out, actually 2 of them. And they are both 1 space away. So if a hero attempts this on one of those spaces, they'll get to add +1 to the roll. All right, so that's the the quests that these guys are going to be attempting. Let's see, what else? We need to hand out adventure cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will go to the Illusionist for his hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will go to the Shaman for his hand. And now we are ready to begin. So, phase 1 of the Illusionist turn is to reset everything, but everything is already reset because we haven't done anything yet. Phase 2, Dungeon Lord phase. Now, we've got 1 peril point to play. So let's see if there's anything he can do. 4 and 2, so that's a big no. Phase 3 is the build phase. Now we had 1 passage left after we set up the map. So what we're going to do is mix that, shuffle that into the map deck. Now again, these are only half the map cards. When I put the other deck in here that came in this set, we'll have a lot more cards for the map. In this case, got another passage. This is just a plain hall, 2 glory and 2 peril and 1 glory. So let's put this up here, up out of the way, because I don't think we're going to be needing that area of the map. I'm going to try to build down here so it's a little closer to the camera. Okay, the hero phase. Now, we've only got 1 glory point right now. So let's take a look at what glory cards he's got. So he's got, for 3, he can learn this skill called Haste, and the hero would have +1 speed, which would also mean +1 movement per turn. So that would be a great one to get. Targeted Teleport. This is an instant. Relocate your hero to any occupied passage. If you initiate a challenge on the same turn, collect 4. Okay, well, I don't need to go anywhere just yet. And finally, this Fiend Embryo Canister. It's an instant that costs 2. When played, collect 3 peril. So it does hurt a little bit to play this. Your hero has +1 melee and +1 magic, and Fiends cannot inflict a wound on your hero for the duration of this turn. Alright, so right now, really don't have any useful peril cards to play. So we're just going to use our 2 movement points. And since he really needs this turning chamber, let's spend 1 point to explore. And he finds the Fiery Chasm. You gain 4 peril, 3 glory. When you enter this space on your turn, overcome a speed threat of 6 or better, or take 1 wound, unless this effect is deactivated with a bridge token from the Black Cyst room. So that Black Cyst is pretty interesting, because that room you can affect 2 other locations, including this one. So you got this fiery bridge, and you have to test your speed. If you fail, you're going to take 1 wound from all that fire. So let's see, you can only go left and right. So let's put this, I guess we'll just put this down here. All right, let's move. We're going to move down here, because there's a chance more rooms can be played down here. For moving into the junction, he gains 2 peril and 1 glory. So now he has 2 glory to spend. He has no more movement points. So we could get one of these. I could either teleport, which I don't need right now, or this thing. I'm not going to play any. And I've got to discard, so I'm going to discard this canister here. And that leaves 4 cards in my hand, so I will just draw 1 to get back up to 5. Alright, we'll take a look at that next turn. Okay, so now we'll slide this over to show it is the Shaman's first turn. He resets, the doors reset. Now, he has 3 peril points that he can use, so let's see what are the options. A gelatinous blob for 2. Now this is a trap, and it's a threat of 7, and that would be played on him up here in this junction. Okay, so basically he's got to pass 7. If he fails, it inflicts 1 wound, and the opponent has to discard a treasure card of his choice. So if you think about it, thematically, the blob sucks that piece of equipment into itself. But if he succeeds, opponent may immediately play any 1 treasure at no cost. So if he succeeds, he actually pulls a piece of equipment out. That's pretty neat. Then we've got this 3 Janguba. That's a fiend. There's going to be a lot of fiends in this set. And it attacks melee. Now here's something I didn't cover in my Tomb of the Lich Lord gameplay videos. These shapes do mean something. The circle, those are types that they can use to attack with, but the diamonds, they cannot attack with those, but they can kind of defend themselves, counterattack with those. So he only does wound on melee attacks anyway, so he would have used this. And if he is successful, he inflicts a wound, and the opponent is relocated to an adjoining space through any non-wall exit. So yeah, this Janguba, not only does he do a damage, but he pushes the character into another room, another space. So that's pretty cool. Okay, we've got 3 to spend of his. So let's go ahead and do the Janguba. So I'm going to put this here. And again, his attack bonus is 3 since he's using melee. So we'll roll this for the monster. He gets a 7. So the Illusionist will now roll his. Now this is melee, so he has a 0 bonus. and he cannot use his ability. Wait, he does have 2 glory. So if he wanted to, he could try to get out of fighting this. But I'm not going to use that just yet because there was a card in here I wanted that cost glory. So let's just see if he can do it normally. So he got a 7. There's no way he can. Nope, he only got a 1. So chances were he was going to take a wound anyway. Okay, so and he gains 1 peril point. Okay, so the Janguba is now going to go into my pack area. Okay, so next we do the build phase. So we've got, the turning chamber, which is what the illusionist needs. The turning chamber, you gain 3 and 2. Anytime a hero enters this space, rotate it 180 degrees. Now what does that do? Well, 2 of these doors are open, and 2 of them require a pretty significant speed test, 8. So if you come in from the top and say this rotates, to go back out, you're going to have to pass through this trap. Okay, so this is the shaman who gets to place it, and he wants to put it far away from the illusionist to make him work for it. So let's put this way out there. So now he's going to have to go, man, it's going to take a couple turns just to get there, possibly. Okay, so that was the build phase. Now he has 2 movement points in his hero phase to spend. He's looking for the Black Cyst or the Transdimensional. Neither of those are out. So again, he could try this Grim Passage one to destroy the Infernal Machine. Let's take a look. Right now he only has 1 glory point. But let's see what cards he has. Precision Arcana. Your hero rolls 1 additional die, and this is a permanent, on all magic attacks. Choose the highest die. So that would be awesome. His magic is 1, which bumps up to 3 at level 2. So that would really boost his magic. Then Ring of Fiend Resistance. Now here's a ring he can put on where he gains +1 magic, but against fiends, which there are a lot of fiends in this, he'd gain +2 magic. Or an Iron Helmet, which is a permanent. At any time, you may discard this card to prevent 1 melee wound. So since he has no melee, that would really help him out. And it only costs 1. So he may end up buying that, if nothing else, this turn. All right. So I believe he is going to explore, spend 1 point to explore. And he draws the Transdimensional Gate. Now that is one of the cards, one of the rooms that he needs for this quest here. You gain 3 peril and 2 glory when you enter it, and that's what the gate looks like. Nothing at the bottom, it's blocked, and to leave through the left, you have to pick the lock. So this card, unless deactivated, now this is another, in addition to that Fiery Chasm, where was that? Down here. This is another card that is affected by the Black Cyst. Unless deactivated, you may pay 1 movement point to relocate your hero to any Grim Passage. Oh, wow. So, if you go here, pay 1 movement, and you can go to any Grim Passage out on the map. And right now, we've got these 2 Grim Passages. Okay, so this is where he is. I want to put this close, because he needs to get to it. So let's put this, I guess we're going to put this right here. Okay. And we're going to spend the last movement point to move 1 into the Grim Corner. Now he's going to take 3 peril. So let's go down and add 3 peril and 2 glory. Okay. Now this has a pit, and he has to test speed and get a 7 or better. His speed is 2. So let's go ahead and roll. he gets a 6 plus 2, which is 8. So he does not fall into the pit. Good job, Shaman. Okay, so now he has 3 peril points. Let's see what he wants to buy. Let's do this way better. Let's see. Now we can get bonuses to magic or prevent a melee wound. I think what I'm going to do is do this. So he's going to spend 1 and play the helmet. Now he doesn't have enough to buy anything else. So that's his hero phase. He has to discard 1. And I like the ring better than this. So let's go ahead and discard that one. He's only got 2 cards, so he draws 3 more. Gets him back up to 5. Okay, let's go ahead and move this over. It is the Illusionist's turn again. He regains his movement points. And let's see, he has 4 peril points available. Okay, he has these 2 here. Let's see. We've got disruption. Prevent the effect of 1 boon, or for the rest of this turn. Well, he doesn't have any boons out for me to mess him up. He's got 4, so I could play this Iron Golem. Yep. So I am going to actually play that. Okay, so let's spend all 4 peril points. And we're going to... The Iron Golem. Now, what's neat about this one, he's going to use melee 2, but you add your opponent's level to this card. So he's actually going to get a +3 because the Shaman's only level 1. So the Golem's going to add a +3 on his attack. So let's see what he gets. He gets a total of 8. And his melee is 0. There is no way he can prevent this. Okay. Except if he wants to use the helmet. At any time you may discard this to prevent 1 wound. Now he also has healing. He's still full health. So you know what? I think he's just going to take it this turn. He also gets 1 peril for being wounded. Now this golem does have 2 hit points. So he's going to have to hit it twice to defeat it. For now, it goes back into the Illusionist pack. And that is the end of his Dungeon Lord phase. So now the build phase. He finds the Black Cyst. Now this is the big room. We've got 3 peril and 2 glory for entering. Here's the cool artwork for the Black Cyst. Alright, so while you're here, and let's see, the bottom is blocked, but you can do the other 3, but this one has a locked door to the left. You may pay 1 movement point to place or remove a bridge token on Fiery Chasm, which was right here in our map. Or to place or remove a deactivated token on the Trans-Dimensional Gate, which is right there on our map. So from here, you can activate or deactivate these other 2 locations. Now let's see. The Shaman needs the Black Cyst for this quest. The Shaman is here. So he's going to put this way over there. Yes. Okay. He has 2 points. The Illusionist has 2 movement points. And where is he trying to go? He needs to get to the turning chamber for both of these. Now he does have, let's see what this teleport. Relocate your hero to any occupied passage. So he could spin that to go to this passage here. But that really doesn't help him out as far as movement point wise. He's got haste. Okay, so here's what he's going to do. He's going to go ahead and start moving. He's going to spend 1 to to move into the vault entrance. So he's going to gain 1 and 1. 1 peril, 1 glory. And he is going to spend his other point to move once again into this Grim Fork, where he gains 3 peril and 2 glory. Alright. So he's out of points, but he wants to buy this skill. He's going to train. He's going to spend 3. So now he has this haste skill, which gives him a +1 to speed, which also means he gains 1 movement point for each turn. Now he's got 2 peril left. I think I'm going to save that in case he wants to try to deflect a monster attack. For his special ability for him to cast out an illusion. Yeah, we don't need these right now. So I've got to discard. I'm going to go ahead and discard this disruption, which means I'm going to have to draw 3 cards to get me back up to 5. Okay. And that is the end of his turn. And he has a movement point left if he wants to counter attack, or if he wants to attack back on this turn. Okay, reset the points. 8 peril points to use. The shaman has, so to speak. Ethereal Rip, relocate a target hero in a room to any passage. So he doesn't want to play that on him because he's not in a room, the illusionist. So he can't do that one. He could do this trap, and, well, let's see. I said he's got 8 points. This Janguba costs 3. He could play this trap, 4/5. This Dark Rattling, which is a vermin, just a basic 1 vermin. So he's going to do that. He's going to do all this. So it's going to be a total of 6 points that he's playing. So let's move this down to 2. All right, and this is what the illusionist has to deal with. Let's start with the trap. He's going to have to test speed of 7. Now his speed is 2, and he gets this +1 bonus for his haste skill. So he actually has +3, and he gets a 3, so that's only 6. So unfortunately he failed. So he is going to take 1 wound, which knocks him down to 4. And opponent discards a treasure of his choice. Okay, now this has been spent, so I'm going to discard that. Okay. Now let's see, a treasure card of his choice. Well, he only has 1 treasure card, so this is what he's going to discard. I did have a question about discard, like whether you can discard from your hand or from your inventory or both. I haven't looked that up yet though. Okay, these are the other 2. He has a Dark Rattling coming to him and a Janguba. I think he is going to, oh, you know what? He can actually use his ability to cast an illusion for one of them, and on the other, just attack back if it's successful. Let's do the little one, no, let's do the big one first. So the Janguba is going to attack for 3 melee. Oh wait, does he decide to do this? What's his magic? The magic is 0. And the monster would have to get a 3 or better plus his level, which is 1. So he would need to get a 4. There's a 50% chance he wouldn't attack. Let's do that. So his ability, let's just bring this up to show. He's going to cast this illusion. As a response to the Janguba attacking, he's going to pay 2 glory. The targeting attacking monster must overcome a magic threat of 3. Now he has a magic bonus of 0. plus your level, which is level 1, or it cannot attack. Okay, so if it fails, it will not attack this turn. He had one of those left. Okay, so he's going to spend his 2 glory points, and the monster has to get a 4 or better. He only got a 2, so guess what? He does not get to attack. Put that back in the Ork Shaman's pack. That only leaves this little dark ratling. Now he's going to attack melee for a bonus of 2. So he gets a 4. The Illusionist has no bonus for melee, and he only gets a 2. So he will take 1 damage, so that makes a 3, and he takes a peril. But he's going to use this, his final point, to fight back, and he's going to be using speed, which gives him a 2 plus 1. He gets a plus 3, so he gets a 9. The vermin, the little ratling, he gets a 1 to his speed, so he adds a 1 to the 1 and only gets a 2. This has 1 hit point, so this thing is defeated. He does gain 1 glory point for that. Alright, I think that went pretty well. Okay, so his Dungeon Lord phase is over. So this is the last card in the map deck for this game. This is the Dark Altar. You gain 3 of each, Peril and Glory. All the doors are available. The one on the left is locked, though, if you go to leave. So on this Dark Altar, you can perform Dark Healing. On your turn, you may pay 1 movement to recover 1 wound and collect 3 Peril. Choose a hero or monster. That target must overcome a magic test of 5 or better or take a wound. Using Dark Healing ends your hero phase. Boy, very interesting card. I'm going to put this... We'll just put this way up here. Attached to the turning chamber. Oh, I put it way up here. Alright, so that was the Shaman's build phase. So he is right here. He's headed to this trans-dimensional gate to try to do this quest. So he's going to spend 1 point to move into the gate, where he gains 3 peril, 2, 3, and 2 glory. There we go. Now let's take a look at this quest here. To complete this quest, discard 1 readied treasure card while you are on the gate. And guess what? He has a readied treasure card. Or if he wanted to, now he only has, he has 5. So he could take a wound, but he doesn't have enough glory points. He would need 5. So that's not an option. So he has to get rid of that. But you know what? Let's see if I've got another one. No, I want to keep that ring. I was going to say, I could play this ring right now and get rid of it. But no, I want to keep that ring. So we are going to get rid of this readied treasure item, which means this quest is complete. Now he earns, as a reward, 1 heroic level. So let's move this up, which bumps his speed up. He gains 1 more movement point per turn. And he gains 1 peril. There we go. Just like that. He has 1 of 3 quests completed, and he's got an extra movement point now. Okay. So that's going to... Oh, you know what? I should have bought that card. This is something I always forget to do, is once you complete a quest, that ends your hero phase. You can't do anything else. I always forget to buy cards before I complete quests. So anyway, that's going to have to wait till next turn. So now he does have to discard Let's see. Find secret door. Treat any one wall in your space, and those are the blacked out doors, as open for the duration. It is a free movement to move through it. So yeah, I'm keeping this. Oh, look, there's the gnome. Okay. I'm keeping that, and I want to keep that, so this is the one that gets discarded. I've only got 2 cards left in hand, so I'm going to add 3 to get back up to 5. Okay, and that is the end of the shaman's turn. Let's go back. He gets all 3 points back. Now he has 5 peril points that the illusionist can spend. Whoa. All kinds of stuff here. All monsters have +1. All monsters have +1 melee. This was magic. And Vault Guardian. Let's see what the Vault Guardian does. He uses magic. And if successful, he inflicts a wound. An opponent must overcome a magic test or be relocated to the nearest entrance. Ooh. So if he would attack the illusionist, that would set him back to the entrance, which would slow him down. Wait. Nope. See? That's why I look at this. He's the one playing it, so it would actually be on this guy. So that would move him back to the entrance if he failed. He'd go from here to here, but would that help him? He's trying to get to the black cyst. You know what? That really doesn't matter. So let's just look. He's got 5 points to spend. This cost 4 if I want to do the iron golem again. 4. I could do this. He doesn't need it. All right, you know what? We're just going to do that. We're going to spend 4 of his peril points. I'm going to send the iron golem back out. As a reminder, he has a +2. Add your opponent's level. So the opponent is only level 1 still. Oh, wait, no. He's level 2. Sorry. So he gets a +4. So the stronger your opponent, the better chance this thing's going to do damage. Very interesting. Okay. Or, hold on a second. Or is this opponent... Yeah. Or is the opponent the person playing the card? Oh boy. Add opponent. I want to look at one thing here. Let's see if any of these other encounters mention an opponent. An opponent discards. Okay, so if you fail this blob, you take a wound and opponent discards. That's the person being attacked. The opponent is being attacked. Okay. So this adds the opponent's level. So yeah, the stronger the person he's attacking, the better chance he has to hit. Interesting. Okay. So unless I'm playing that wrong, if I am, leave a comment so we can so I can correct that. So I'm not teaching it wrong. Okay, so his level is 2. He's got a bonus of 2, so he's going to add 4. Okay, so he gets a 6. Now this is melee. He still has a 0 bonus on melee, so he rolls only a 2. So after all that, he does take a damage. He's down to 4. And he takes a peril for being wounded by a monster. Okay, and then this will go back into the pack over there. Okay, so that's the end of the Illusionist Dungeon Lord phase. Okay, there are no more map cards, so there will not be any more build phases. So he has 3 points to use. He's still trying to get to that turning chamber. So he's going to spend 1 movement point to move here. And he gains 2 peril and 1 glory. Okay. And he's going to spend 1 more movement point to actually enter the turning chamber. Now if you remember, anytime a hero enters this space, rotate it 180 degrees. So he just entered it, so we're going to turn this 180 degrees. and he's going to gain 3 peril and 2 glory. 1, 2, 3, and 2 glory. All right. He has 1 movement point left. So let's take a look at these 2 quests. Okay, this one, now either one of them is going to take a movement, so he will get to attempt one of these this turn. To complete this, roll doubles on 2 dice, add 1 additional die for each glory you pay. So I have 4 glory right now, so technically I could pay 4 glory and roll 6 dice just to get doubles. Or achieve a sequence of 3 consecutive numbers. You may pay 1 glory for each dice. So that would only get me 4 dice to try to get 3 consecutive. I think my chances are a lot better on this cryptic doors. But before I do that, let's see if there's anything that I wanted to get out this time. A targeted teleport. That's my only glory point card, so I don't care about that for this turn. Alright, so it's just my choice now. How many dice do I want to roll to try to get doubles? I get 2 for free, and I've got 4 points. What do you think? I'm going to spend... Boy, if I spend 2, that would leave me 2 to cast an illusion if I'm attacked. Alright, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to get 4 dice to roll, and I just need to roll a double. I've got these 3 white monster dice, and I'm going to use his blue one. Alright, here we go. If he gets doubles, he will complete this quest. Look at that. He gets 2 1s. So that is a success. Okay, his reward is to gain a level. So let's go up 1. He also recovers 1 wound, which is exactly what he needed. He's back up to 4. And if you succeed, opponent to your left relocates your hero to any adjacent space. So that is completed. And his opponent is going to relocate him to... Yeah, we'll just put it at the dark altar. It really doesn't matter. I was looking at the door costs, hoping, for his sake, hoping he would need to do a test, but they're all open, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so that ends his hero phase. Now he just has to discard. And let's see, I like that teleport guardian. Let's get rid of the Fiendish Arcana. He only has 3 cards left. So we'll draw those 2 to give him 5. Alright. Let's move it back over to the Shaman. He gets that. And he has 1 movement left if he wants to counterattack. And that. So if he wants to cast an illusion. So he's doing pretty good. Okay, but he has he has 8 peril points for the Shaman to use. Let's see what he could possibly do. He could nudge, relocate target hero to any adjacent space. Hero collects 1 peril and 1 glory. So that would send him... Actually, that would send him... does that ignore to any adjacent space, ignoring exits? That could send him here. He would have to... Oh, look at that. If he gets sent here, he's going to have to go all the way around to get back there for his other quest. So he's going to do that one. He's going to spend 2 peril points. Let's see. So that takes care of 2 of those. And let's see. Relocate target hero to any adjacent space, ignoring exits. He also collects 1 peril and 1 glory. So he is now bumped over to this grim corner. And he gets 1 peril and 1 glory. Now when you get moved like that, you don't have to do any of the things that are on the cards. That's only if on your turn, you move into a space. Alright, so Yeah, the Shaman really messed him up. Let's see what else the Shaman can do. The only thing else he has is the Impaloraptor. Okay, Impaloraptor, I guess you would say. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Okay. The Impaloraptor, and this is a fiend, and it uses melee. Inflicts 1 wound. An opponent must overcome a melee threat or be tipped, which would cost an extra movement point. So he's going to send. He has 7 peril points left. I'm going to send this Impaloraptor for 2, and from his pack, he's going to send this Janguba again for 3. That could possibly bump him even further away. So we're going to spend 5 of his peril points, gets him down to 2, to do these. So let's do the Janguba first. Inflicts 1 wound, and opponent is relocated. So he's going to get a 3 bonus for his melee attack. So he gets an 8. And he has a +1 for melee. Wait. Before he does this, he's going to spend his 2 to try to do an illusion again. So now, I should have done this before I rolled his attack die, not him. But this guy now has to test magic, which is 0. And he has to get a 3 plus my level, which is 2. So he has to get a 5 or better with no bonus. He only gets a 4. I should have rolled that. Anyway, so this monster is not able to attack. Yeah. So this will go back into the pack. So that worked out good. Those illusions, that's helped him twice in this game. Impaloraptor is just a simple +2 on a melee attack. So we'll do 6 for him. And again, he has a 1 for melee bonus. He's trying to beat a 6. He only gets a 4 plus 1 is 5. So he does take 1 damage. So he's down to 3. And he's going to take a peril for being wounded. He's going to use this to attack back. And his return attack is going to use speed, which gives him a 3 plus 1, which could be 4. And I just realized something. So he's going to get a +4 bonus. So he gets a 9. Now this, he only gets a 2 for a bonus, so there's no way. He only gets 3. His 9 beats a 3. And I just realized something. Okay, this gets discarded, and he gains 1 glory for doing damage. He should, when he gained that level, he should have gained another movement point. Because now his speed is 3, plus this skill bonus gives him 4. Okay, so actually anyway, he's done attacking. The Dungeon Lord phase is over, so we go straight to the hero phase. He's got 3 points to spend. Black Cyst or a Grim Passage. And he's here. The Black Cyst is here. Let's look at the Grim Passages. 1, 2. Wow, only the 2 Grim Passages. And to have a real good chance, you're going to have to test speed. And he is the better speed stat right now. But he has 3. But man. Alright, you know what? He's going to try it. He's going to spend a point. And he's going to move up in here. Now he has to do a test for that pit. He's got to get a 7 or better against speed, which is 3 for him. So he adds 3 to 1, and that's only 4. So he gets tipped. He fell in the pit. The illusionist is cracking up. Like, you send me all those monsters, you deserve to fall in the pit. Alright, so that just means he has to... Oh, wait a minute. Before we do that, he gains 3 peril. 3 peril and 2 glory for entering the Grim Corner. Now he's going to spend 1 movement to stand back up. Now, let's take a look. Destroy the Infernal Machine. Search any Grim Passage to complete the quest, overcome... Okay, so that's going to happen if he can find the Infernal Machine. To find it, he needs to roll a 7, gaining a +1. Oh, I thought it was a speed test. Oh boy. Nope. So it's going to cost him 1 movement point just to try. So let's get this over here. He's spending his last movement point. And he needs to roll a 7 or better, and he only gets a +1 because he's only 1 space away. Oh boy. It's not good. He has to roll a 6. And he rolled a 2. Now, if you fail... No, that is... Okay, if you find it, then you have to overcome the machine. But since he didn't find it, there was no machine there to give him a wound. So that just ends his movement points. Now he has 6 glory points. So is there anything he can bring out? Ooh, this is great. Treat any one wall as open, and it's a free movement. Not that he needs to go anywhere. Okay. But he's definitely going to bring out this ring. So he has this big bonus on magic. So it's going to cost 3. 1, 2, 3. And he brings this out. Okay. Now he has to discard. No monsters may attack you for the duration of this combat. Wow. And he has 3 glory points left. I'm going to hang on to this one. And even though this is an awesome card, I want to be able to avoid a monster attack. Okay, he only has 1 card in his hand, so we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4 new cards. Alright, that's his hand for next turn. Let's go back over to the Illusionist. He gets all of his movement points back. All the doors are reset. Now he has 5 peril points to spend. See what he has here. That boosts monster melee. Target a hero. The effect of all treasure cards are prevented for the duration. So I could actually prevent this turn, but I don't. I could. Okay, he's got. Oh, he only has 3. This is a magic, but I cannot prevent the use of that. Don't have enough points, and the golem is 4. So let's just play the Vault Guardian. We're going to spend his... Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm getting mixed up. He's got 5 points to spend. So... yeah, we're just going to do this. The Vault Guardian. It's going to cost 3. So let's move this back down here to 2. Okay. So he's going to do a magic attack for 2. And that is on to this guy. So he rolls this and gets a 6 total. Now he has a magic bonus of 3, and this is a fiend, the Vault Guardian, so he actually gets a +2 more because of this ring, so he gets a +5 against magic. He gets a 7, whereas he only had a 6. Boy, that was close, but he did take 1 damage, which is enough to kill it. So that goes to the discard, and he gains a glory for giving a wound. Wow, that didn't work out too well for the Illusionist. Okay, and that was the end of his Dungeon Lord phase. We have no build phase. So now he has 4 points. He needs to get over to the Turning Chamber again. Let's see if he has a card that can help him get there. Got Diversion, which targets an attacking monster. Nope. teleport. Relocate your hero to any occupied passage. That doesn't help. Okay. Because they're in the same occupied passage. Oh, you know what? He was going to try... You know what? Let's try this. So he is going to try this one now. So he's going to spend 1 movement point for the attempt to search. Now he has to roll a 7. And again, he only gets a +1 because he's only 1 space away. So he has to roll a 6. Oh, and he rolled a 1. Let's see. Each turn requires a new search, and each search uses 1. So you know what? He's going to try it again. He can try it a few times here. Okay, there's number 2. So he needs to roll a 6. He got a 5. Let's try it once more. He got a 4, and he's going to try it once more. And he got a 5. All right. Well, that was silly. Now, if you don't move, you gain the peril and glory of the card that you're still on, which is 3 and 2 in his case. So he's going to gain 3 peril and 2 glory. Okay. And does he want to spend any of his 4 glory? He's got his teleport and his diversion, so he does not. He's going to have to discard. He'll get rid of this one. And he has 3 cards, so there's number 4 and number 5 for next turn. All right, let's bring this over. All right, he gets his 3 points back. And he is here. He needs the black cyst, or he could try to find that infernal machine again. He's just going to search, so that means he needs to get a 6 because he only has a +1. He rolled a 2. Let's go ahead and do this. He's going to roll a 6. That's a 3. And he'll try it once more too. And oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do his Dungeon Lord. And it's too late. Oh, and he got a 6. Look at that. Okay, so he found the infernal machine. There it is. I can see it. Now he has to do a speed of 6 or better. His speed is 3. All right, and he has no bonus on speed. So this has to be a 3 or better for him to pass. If he fails, he's going to take a wound. 3 or better. Here we go. And he gets a 5. For succeeding, he gains 1 heroic level. So he is now level 3. He doesn't gain an extra speed, though. That remains at 3. He does gain 2 glory points. So he goes from 4 up to 6. And finally, he recovers 1 wound. So that puts him back at 5. And that was his second quest completed. Now, because that was a global quest, it gets replaced, and this is the replacement. Oh, not that. This one. Rescue Princess Penelope. It's an escort quest. You go to the Dark Altar, pick up the princess, and take her to the vault entryway. Now, when you've got the princess, attacks that you do not wound any fiends, which is pretty tough in this one because a lot of the monsters are fiends. So let's take a look at where the locations this involves. Here's the Dark Altar right here. So once you get it, you need to go all the way back up and around to the entryway. All right, so that was the shaman. He's out of points. Let's see, he has 6 glory points. Oh wait, no, we already did all that, right? Or did we? Okay, Let's see if he wants to spend any. 6. Potion of Speed. Has +2 for the duration of the turn. Recover 1 wound, and your hero has +1. Hide in Shadows. That's a response. I definitely want to. You know what? I'm not going to spend any. What's it called at the end of the turn? Now let's go back to the Illusionist. He gets all 4 points back. He has only 2 peril points, so I cannot bring the Golem out. He costs 4, and there's no need to do that this turn. Alright, so he doesn't even have a Dungeon Lord phase, but he has 4 movement points, and he really needs to get over here to complete this. Or you know what he could do? He has this teleport, relocate. Oh no, diversion, no. Strategic. Ooh, Fiend Slayer. That is awesome. +1 melee, +2 against fiends. But this is the one I really like. Strategic Mind. You may draw and hold 1 additional card during your discard phase. He's going to play that this turn. So let's just get over to the turning chamber again, which is up there. So he's going to spend 1 movement point, and he gains 1 peril and 1 glory. He's going to spend another movement point to go into the Grim Fork, where he gains 3 peril and 2 glory. Okay. Spend 1 more to move into the hall, where he gains 2 peril. Wow. It's a lot of peril. He's up to 12. And he only gains 1 more glory. That's 8. And you guessed it, he's going to spend his final movement to enter the turning chamber, which rotates 180 degrees and gives him 3 more peril. 1, 2, 3, and 2 more glory. Wow. So let's take a look at what he definitely wants to buy. Oh, you know what though? That's going to be good because his next turn, Mystic Combination, he needs to get 3 consecutive numbers, and each die cost 1. So I'm going to roll, what do you think, like 6? So we'll save 6 points for that. So that means I'm just going to spend Strategic Mind. I'm going to spend 3 so I can draw and hold an extra card each turn. So let's knock that down to 7. Now he can have a maximum of 3 boons in his hand. So that's 2 of the 3 that he can have. And he has to discard now. So let's get rid of this Minor Bloodlust. 1, 2, 3. Normally he would draw 2 more cards to get him back up to 5. But because of his Strategic Mind, he gets to draw 1 additional card. So I've gone through all the adventure cards, so I'm now shuffling the discard pile. Okay. So, and there is his 6th card. Alright, and that is the end of his turn. Now, gains his 3 movement points. So the green guy would really like to get over to this cyst. So he's just going to start moving. 1 movement point. And he gets 1 peril. Oh, wait. Before I do that, I keep forgetting. He has 15 peril points. So let's see what I can do. I can throw the Tortured Soul at it. The 2-tail, 3, 6, and 7, 8, 9. We're just going to throw everything possible. And yeah, that's all he has. So it's going to cost 9 peril, which So he's going to go from 15 down to 6, right? Okay. And he has these 3 coming at him, and he only has 3 life. And he has no movement points to counter, to fight back. But he can start spending glory, oh well, only once, if he wants to try to cast an illusion. So let's see, which one would relocate to determine the attack form? But that could be... You know what? He's going to... He's going to cast an illusion to avoid the two-tail attack. No. Because that's... No, he's going to do it on this one. Because it's a magic attack that they have to... A magic test. And they've got a good chance... He doesn't. He has no bonus. So he's going to do an illusion on Janguba. So it costs 2 glory points. So he's down to 5. His level is 2. So the monster must do a 3 plus 2. Must test 5 or better with no bonus. Okay. And it only gets a 1. So this one does not get to attack. So it goes back to his pack. Alright, so he avoided 1, but he can only do that once. So now it doesn't matter. Now, two-tail. This is pretty cool. Notice he has 2 little tails. To determine the attack form, now you see 2 circles here, so it can attack with either melee or magic. We're going to roll 1 die, even as melee, odd as magic. And that is a 2. So we're going to go even with melee. So he's going to... If he hits, he's going to do 2 wounds. He gets a +1, which gives him a 2. Wow. Now his melee, he only gets a +1. So he actually got a 6. So that's pretty good. He definitely did a damage back. In fact, he only has 1 hit point, so that killed Two-Tail, which gives him a glory. So we got a glory back at least. Okay, Two-Tail is discarded. That only leaves Tortured Soul left. He's going to do a magic attack of +4. So he gets a 5. And his magic is 2. He's got a magic bonus of 2. So he rolls a 1, 2, 3. So his 5 definitely beat the 3. So he takes 1 damage and 1 peril. And this goes back to the pack over here. Okay. Wow. I think he needs some healing. Alright. That was the end of Dungeon Lord. There's no build phase, so now he has 3 movement points. He's trying to get over to the Black Cyst, which is way over here. So he's going to spend 1 to move, and that gives him 1 glory and 1 peril. Okay. He's going to spend another movement. Wait, does he have a teleport? No. Okay. He does have a potion of speed. You know what he's going to do? He's going to go ahead and drink this potion. Okay. He only moved 1, so he has 2 points left still. Right? He went from there to there. So he's going to spend 2 glory. This is an instant. It can be done anytime. So he's going to spend 2 glory. It goes from 7 down to 5. He's going to drink this potion, which gives him a +2 just for this turn. So I'll put it here in the middle to indicate that. But that gives him actually an extra... We'll do this. That also boosts up his things. So the temporary ones will be silver. Okay, so he actually has 4 movement points left. So he's going to spend one of the temporary ones, which just goes away. And he moves again into the turn where he gets 2 peril and 1 glory. Alright. He's going to spend the other temporary one to move into the Fiery Chasm, where he gets a 4 peril. Oops, I already moved that. 4 peril and 2 glory. Okay, now I'll tell you what he needs to do. Oh no, he's 5. This is the one that needs healing. So I was going to take some time here to heal, but he doesn't need it. So he's going to spend 1 more to move into the Black Crypt, where he gains 3 peril. 1, 2, 3. Oops. I have to use a pink one. And 2 glory. So that bumps up to 10. Alright. So now, in the Black Crypt, you may pay 1 movement to place or on a Fiery Chasm or the Transdimensional Gate. So that's the only effect here, which he doesn't need to do either of those. But let's take a look and see what he has to do. Feed the Ancient One. Each attempt uses 1 movement, so he has 1 movement left. Let's see what he does. To complete the quest, overcome a speed threat of 6, add +2 to your attempt for each treasure card you discard from hand or inventory. I think this is it, because he's got that bonus for speed this turn. So he needs to test 6. Right now he is at a bonus of 3, 4, 5. So even if he rolls a 1, that's going to be a 6. So he does not have to get rid of any treasure cards. So let's see what he gets. A 3 plus 3, 4, 5. So that gives him an 8, which definitely beats the 6. And that is quest number 3 for the Shaman. All right, that does it. We now know the Shaman can beat the Illusionist. I'm not saying it'll happen every time, but we know it's possible. All right, thanks for watching, and gameplay number 2 will be coming soon. See you then.